Hey, I'm Sean, one half of the Printy Brothers. For our RPG Actual Play series on this channel, we like using props.
He hands me a device.
What the frick?
This is nice.
Huh? What the? I also like wearing a cloak for my character because he has a cloak and just because it looks cool. But there is one thing that my character has in our series that I do not have in real life. That being his awesome helmet. And I want that helmet in real life that I can hold and wear and look awesome with, and I want it to look exactly like my character's helmet. Anthony recently came to me with an idea for how to achieve that.
Okay, so for the helmet, I might try, now if this doesn't work, we can cut it out of the video. You know, I was thinking I might try like 3D modeling it from scratch, because it is a pretty simple shape.
Like 3D modeling the whole helmet?
Yeah.
Oh, frick.
I will need to scan your head.
My head is pretty scannable.
Because I need to make sure that I can scale it to fit.
Okay, sounds cool to me.
However, I would probably want you to finish it.
Right.
And do the Bondo work and stuff.
I can do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
So Anthony scanned my head and modeled Cliff's helmet to fit me and look exactly how I wanted. After a few notes, he started the process of 3D printing it. So if you do want to make something similar to this, my recommendation is to be born with a twin brother who has a natural inclination towards 3D printing and who will model and print whatever you want. So I want to thank Anthony for putting in the majority of work on this project. But now to what I did. Little did I know at this stage that there was actually going to be quite a bit of work ahead of me. Assembling, sanding, Bondo, sanding, priming, sanding, painting, but it would all be worth it in the end. Hey you, stop what you're doing right now, okay? Move your mouse to the subscribe button and click it. Right now. Thanks. So, after the first piece was done printing, I tried it on to make sure it would fit. Initial thoughts?
Very oval shaped.
That's how your head's shaped.
Yeah.
Modeled after your head.
Then Anthony printed the final parts, those being the two horns and the top of the helmet, and I assembled it. It was already starting to look really cool and was really kind of coming together.
There you go. All glued together.
There we go.
But the most time-consuming part was still ahead of me. Sanding. So I prepared myself and began the only way that I could, by beginning.
All right.
Know that if you want to try making something like this, the sanding part is going to be way longer than you think. After sanding, I applied Bondo, sanded that down, then hit it with a fill primer, then sanded that down. I did that process with the Bondo and primer twice, and honestly I could have done it at least 2 more times, but I kind of accepted that the helmet was going to look a little scuffed, which is fine, it's supposed to look like that. This helmet is a used Dwarven helmet. Now, after all of that, I was finally ready to put the sandpaper down and paint. So I sprayed the whole thing with a black spray primer. After it was fully covered, I used rub and buff pretty much everywhere. I don't know if I really used this stuff the right way. I don't know if this is really what it's intended to be used for, but it ended up looking good in the end, so, you know, it was fine. After the rub and buff, I added a lot of weathering with black and brown paint. I was very liberal here. I wanted it to look old and used. Used in like a normal way, not in a weird way. The last step was to paint the horns, and it was done. If you want to see this epic prop in action, subscribe. It's coming in an upcoming episode of our Actual Play series, Table for Two. I'm overall pretty happy with how this thing turned out. I think it looks awesome, and it looks really good on camera when we're filming. This was overall a pretty chill video of me making this helmet. I hope you enjoyed it. A new episode of Table for Two will be out next week. Thanks for watching.